guys, we got this great clip from one of our long content videos. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Enjoy. The first thing that comes to my mind when I think about what are the advantages to owning a home is you don't lose that money. You don't lose that rental income. You're not just throwing money away. You're building equity. And building equity, guys, is a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's where most people in the world get their net worth, right? Like, so unless you're a business owner or you invest wisely at the end of a life, like my parents, let's take my parents, for instance, most of their money, they had a 401k and they had some retirement stuff, but most of their net worth was built into the house that we lived in for 40 years while they raised their family. So my sister and I, we were in the same house throughout childhood and through high school, and my parents sold the house at the end of their life, and that was where the vast majority of their net worth came from. They had built up equity in this house by being a homeowner and keeping the house for a really, really long period of time. So building that equity, that's the number one pro to being a homeowner. Number two, the stability that you get from being a homeowner. So when you buy a home today, you're going to be able to lock in a 30-year fixed mortgage. You're going to know what your payment's going to be basically for the next 30 years. There's some variables, insurance is going to go up over time. Taxes may go up over time. So it could go up slightly, but that monthly payment is going to stay fixed. It's going to give you complete security. You're going to be safe in knowing that for the next 30 years, you've got a $2,500 a month payment and nobody's coming. As long as you make your payment on time, nobody's ever going to come and raise it up and ask you to leave. So that's security, that's stability. That's a big pro to being a homeowner. Number three, and this is a big one that many people don't think about when you are looking at buying a home, but you get some amazing tax benefits to being a homeowner. So in the case of being a renter, not only are you paying the rent and throwing that money away and never getting it back, when you contrast that to being a homeowner and now you're paying interest on the money, you get to write that off on your tax return. So you're paying that money out to the bank, you get to take a tax deduction for it, and when you sell the property, you're going to recoup your investment. So you're going to build equity and you're going to recoup your investment. So that's a big one. These tax benefits that you get to becoming a real estate investor or a homeowner even, they're massive. They're a great way to cut down on what one of your biggest expenses in life is going to be, which is taxes. And that's not even counting if you guys become like landlords and owning houses, rental properties, and taking depreciation. I'm just talking about living in a house and being able to write off the interest. There's a whole bunch of other tax benefits. We should do another video about the tax benefits of owning real estate at another time. Here's some of the cons now to having home ownership, all right? Number one is just the inverse of number one for renting a property. It's a higher upfront investment to becoming a homeowner. So where it's easy to get in as a rental property with a little bit of money, when you want to buy something, you're going to need a minimum of 5% plus some closing costs. So this is a pretty big outlay of cash that you need to have in order to be a homeowner. That's a number one con, right? That's why a lot of people don't buy, is that they never get enough money that they can go to the bank and qualify for the loan. So if you do have enough money to do that, you're blessed and good for you. And I would encourage you to jump in, become a homeowner, become a real estate investor, all of it, you guys. Number two, and this again, we talked about this as a renter, your maintenance costs are now all on you. So if you need a new septic tank, if you need new appliances, if the roof leaks, if anything bad happens, right? If there's an electrical problem, all of this stuff you're paying, you're footing the bill for it. So very big con to being a homeowner, right, is that everything lands in your lap and you're responsible for all the expenses. Number three, market value has some risk, right? Like, so back in 2008, if you had bought in at 2008 and then the market crashes on you, you might own something temporarily that doesn't have any equity. And so owning in that case for a very short period of time, there was some risk to that. Generally speaking, I don't see this one as that big of a risk because most of the time real estate's going to go up. If you own it long enough, it's going to go up. But it is something that you need to be thinking about when you're considering whether or not you should be a homeowner or continue to be a renter. So those are the pros and cons to homeownership. And I guess you could put it together and say those are the pros and cons to being a homeowner versus being a renter. Some thoughts that I have as I'm finishing up the video here is that if you are going to be in one place for a significant period of time, I highly encourage you to become a homeowner and to invest in real estate. Even if you're going to only be there for, say, 5 to 10 years, I think homeownership will always be better for you over that period of time than renting. If you're going to be in a place for a year or 18 months, or maybe even up to 3 to 4 years, maybe renting is still better for you. But guys, you should seriously consider becoming a homeowner and building that equity and getting your net worth up There's a whole bunch of other benefits, and you're gonna love it. Hey guys, thanks for watching that. Subscribe to our channel, watch this next, and then also check out the pinned content for more great content, guys. God bless.